Guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Sbahle Mkhize and this is my channel. If you're a regular liker, a regular sharer, honey, thank you so much once again for coming back and clicking on another video. And if you're new here today, welcome. But don't forget to click that subscribe button and join the regulars. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my journey being single. I think this is really an important topic, and I haven't been able to talk about it on camera, mainly because I've also been, going through the process. But I think it's so important, and it was actually inspired by a conversation I had on my live with a few of the regulars. I want to see if I can find their handles and put it up on the screen. But I absolutely enjoyed that conversation on my live. And I was inspired by a regular to get on here and speak to you guys about my journey. So, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about my journey being single. I have been single for over a year now. I can say fully single, like not in a romantic relationship, for the first time in my life. This is the longest I've been single, and let me tell you, the lessons that I've learned, the things that God has put me through, the unpacking that I've had to go through. So I'm not going to delve too much into it now in the intro, but I've also compiled a few things that I've learned in my journey, and in hopes that will help someone in their 20s. There were so many mistakes that I made in my 20s that, I am grateful for, because those mistakes have formed me and molded me into the person that I am today. But if someone can avoid making those mistakes, why not share and help someone? So that is what I'm trying to do. And yeah, so let's start this video. Okay guys, so first up, let's give like a background story. Okay, so those of you who already know that have been a regular since we started this channel, I am 28 right now. I turned 29 in December, and I moved to China, and I was in a long distance relationship. And that was, a great relationship, and obviously things didn't work out, and we decided to go our separate ways. And so that breakup was really difficult for me, because I was in this country for 2 years already and hadn't, been in a romantic physical relationship. Okay, I had just been, in a distance relationship, emotional, etc., and of course, like, being physical before, but like here for 2 years in a relationship, and then newly single. So when I looked at the past, right, and the patterns of my dating life and my dating journey, the most obvious thing to do for me, or the thing that felt the most normal, was to seek out a rebound. I was like, okay, we single, we ready to mingle, where the boys at, and then and then I was like, but no guys, at that time, COVID was in its full effect, and there was a lot of mental issues that I was going through. My mental health was at the worst it's ever been, and like I said, in the past, I had never been single this long. Like, my history in dating was, I was bouncing from relationship to relationship, like recovering in another relationship, not taking the time to be in solitude, to be single, to mourn the breakup. That's another thing that I'm going to talk about later, but I didn't take the time to grieve and mourn that relationship, because in as much as maybe some of them weren't, 5-year, 6-year relationships, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year in a relationship with someone every day, in and out, pouring into someone else, that leaves you as an empty vessel. You need to fill back up. You need to take the time to mourn the loss of that relationship, not the person, but the loss of that relationship in your life. Yes, okay, the person, but me, not personally, I'm gonna say the relationship. Okay, so yeah, 2020 happened, and I broke up with this guy, and so I was in a mental health rut, okay? And it was really important for me to deal with that because it kind of started to affect my relationship with my friends, my family. I started to isolate myself. I couldn't be around people, and I wasn't, I couldn't figure out why. So that was one of the reasons why I started going to therapy in 2020. And that is when, the conversations with my therapist started happening. Like, she would ask me like, okay, so tell me about this past relationship that just ended, how it happened. And, we started to talk more and more about, the past. And she made it like, she didn't actually say it to me, but I realized that every single year of my life before 2020, I was with someone. I was either romantically involved, I was either in a situationship. And, one thing she made clear to me was like, yo, have you ever taken time to mourn the loss or to grieve the loss of that relationship, or to pour back into yourself and take the time to introspect and be like, okay, right, this has happened. How do I move forward? How do I pour back into myself? How do I take the time to become the best version of myself again and live my life? And there were no examples of that. And that for me was a huge red flag. It was like a rude awakening. It was like, yo, have you ever taken the time to be single and embrace that season? So I've embraced being in a relationship and dating. I am a lover, guys. I am full on. When I'm in a relationship, I give my all. I embrace that season. When I was in university, I embraced that season. When I was in high school, I embraced that season. I played sports. I excelled. So why not excel in the season called singleness? So that was the key for me. I took that and I ran with it. So I've learned so many lessons over this past year. I mean, it's been a year and a few months. And so I've decided to compile a few things that helped me and, in my journey. Okay, so the first thing is being single is an option, okay? I'm going to put option in caps lock. It's an option, all right? Being single holds weight too. It's an important season. So like I just said, guys, any other season in your life, whatever you are going through at that time, may it be varsity, a new job, a new relationship, a new apartment, whatever it is, that season, you embrace it. You open your heart and you open your hands and you are fully immersed in that season. You don't try to leave that season. You decorate your apartment. You excel in school. You excel in your new job. So singleness for me for the longest time was like, this is not an option. Like, I need to find a man. I can't be single. Like, oh my goodness, it was never an option. It was like, get out of this season as soon as possible. So this I'm saying, and you don't have to agree with me, guys. These are my experiences. This is me sharing how I've been enlightened through this journey, was that actually singleness is option A. Relationships, situationships, hookups, those are C, D, E, F, G, like at the end, you know what I mean? But like A, like number one, if that doesn't work, I'm going back to A. I am not shying away from A. Like, I'm going back to being single. I would rather be single than deal with whatever this man, whoever that situationship is with at that time, is giving me. I would rather not deal with that and go be single and be happy and peaceful, etc., etc. The second thing is to give your singleness to God. This was something that was so pivotal for me because in the past 26 years, not 26, let's say 10 years, I have never given my singleness to God. I have never given my relationships to God. It was really me, trying to handle it myself, controlling it myself, dealing with it with my own worldly knowledge. And this was important for me because I started then to realize when I was studying the word and, getting messages from, Pastor Firkin, from the Elevation Church, and different sources that I like to go and draw from. But it was important for me to understand that singleness is from God. God gave Adam singleness, from the beginning of the word, from the beginning when God created the world. And it was so pivotal when I heard this analogy from Pastor Furtick, and he was talking about singleness, and he was saying, Adam, God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden, and it doesn't give in the word, it doesn't really explain it like this, but I love how he explained it. He was like, God gave Adam the task of naming each animal on earth, okay? Every single creature, all right? Insects, mammal, fish, yongindo, every single creature on earth, Adam named. So you can imagine that didn't take a month, that didn't take a week, that didn't take a day, that took thousands and thousands of years. Like, surely he was single in that garden, naming those animals. Guys, okay, I'm gonna call you elephant. Okay, I'm gonna call you giraffe. I'm gonna call you bird. I'm gonna call you like hadida. I'm gonna call you like the creatures. I'm gonna call you, cockroach, whatever. So this took him years, thousands and thousands of years. He was single in that garden, being the most productive. After that, in analogy, guys, after like it clicked, it was a light. It was like, hi, bo, sis, give your singleness to God. He is trying to, in this season, give you the most productive season of your life. Look at Adam and how productive he was. How much more with you? You know what I mean? So I, made that decision. I was like, God, take my singleness, take my everything. I hand it over to you. You are in control. You navigate me. And every time I go on dates, even the dates with Thabo, guys, even the dates with Thabo, I truly believe, because I had given my singleness to God, and I had, prayed over every single date I go to. I'm like, yo, Lord, I'm about to go see this man. If he's not for me, and I'm like, Lord, the signs, can they be there as clear as day? Did Thabo not show us flames? Did Thabo not show us why we need to steer clear from Thabo? So man, give your singleness to God. That helped me, and that was something that I really used from the beginning. All right, the next one is to get to know your body. Your natural body, what you look like with your natural hair, your long, unshaved legs, what I like, what I don't like, not even about what I like, what I don't like in terms of my body, but sexually. There was something that, I learned, I would say midway through, especially about my physical body and how I tie that into my self-confidence and my self-value, and how, I was seeking that affirmation from men. And, a lot of us women face this. We want to hear that you're beautiful, you're so sexy, you're so gorgeous, I love this, I love that. And, it feels good when it comes from another, a gorgeous man that you're with. But I think I needed to really fall in love with my natural body and give myself those compliments. It sounded crazy in the beginning, but there was an exercise that I learned in therapy where I took off all my clothes and I stood in front of the mirror, guys. And I stood in the mirror and looked at myself every morning for 10 minutes, head to toe. And I had to tell myself something that I love, okay? Love, okay? Something that I enjoy about my body. And I had to really tell myself that. And another exercise was to look into my eyes in the mirror, like look into my eyes. And that was like an exercise that really created a sense of being seen. And sometimes in relationships I had felt like I wasn't being seen for who I truly was. My body and my features as a feminine goddess, as a woman, was what I thought men wanted me for, and I never felt like someone saw me for who I truly was on the inside. And so that exercise truly helped me to start to really myself, to see who I am and who I stand and what I stand for. And everything else physical is there, but what's inside is the most important thing. And to add on to the physical part, like, I had to fall in love with my natural hair again. Like, I had to fall in love with my legs, my thighs, my everything. And I had to buy some toys, honey. And really, that was something that I had to really train myself to do. we don't talk about it enough in terms of just like, having that power and that, confidence and that liberation to buy toys and give yourself self-pleasure. And that for me took a really long time, guys, because sex for me was always tied in with a physical human being, and it took me time to really fall in love with my body, take time to know her and get to know her and see what she likes and what she doesn't like. So that was an exciting journey, but it was important that I took the time to do that, because then I can also voice what I like and what I don't like once I'm in a relationship, So I love that part as well, and it's really exciting to see what's out there, all the toys that are out there. So yeah, that was really, really fun. The next one is to work on your relationship with money, your career goals, and other aspirations that you have for yourself. Okay, so this one, guys, once again, like, embracing the season means really unpacking all the aspects of your life. I say this quite often, even to my friends, that this is the most productive. The past year and a half, this is the most productive I've ever been in my life. Job-wise, I fully believe that I'm doing what I've been called to do in this world, like in this season. I am doing and I'm living my passion. I am producing content, sitting down here and speaking my heart and speaking my mind. I truly believe I'm using this gift that I've been given. With my money, I feel like I'm starting to get in control of my finances. I'm learning my money the relationship that I have with money, my money personality. I'm learning all the tough stuff. I'm coming face to face with the truths about me and my financial literacy, and learning I don't know things and I need to go and learn and read up. I'm learning to face the truths of my story and say, okay, this is what happened to me, but that is not going to dictate what happens from now on. And my aspirations, I dream big. I'm not scared, or I'm not limited because maybe someone else's insecurities or someone else's opinion in my life is staggering, or rather pushing down on these things that I have dreamed or want for myself. So that was something that I really saw, I feel like I'm flourishing. And this is not to brag or anything, guys, but I think it's important to see representation of singleness going well for someone, and to know that it can happen for you too. And so I want to look back in this season and say I fully embraced it, and I fully allowed it to be, and I didn't hold back. And so that for me was something that I really loved, where I really worked on all these aspects of my life. Okay, the last one is to go to therapy, honey, and talk to someone other than your friends and family. If you don't know already, I have been going to therapy now for over a year. I did a video about this and my full year in therapy. I did a video about that, so I'm gonna put it somewhere up here on the screen. But that video, I really delve into it, and I really talk more about how therapy really helped me and helped me with my childhood traumas, and how it helped kind of heal me to move forward, and also to really face my truth, and to not be afraid to tell my story and to own my truth, in order to make sure that I heal from it and I let go and I progress and move forward. I think also with that, with relationships, it was so important for me to unpack, fully unpack, and not shy away. In as much as, everyone, like in the relationship, for example, yes, the other party did do stuff, that I wasn't happy about. But me personally, I did things that were wrong, that weren't cool, that, weren't right, that hurt them. So I needed to deal with that and unpack that and, understand what is the root cause, because it's not what I did. It's rather what happened to me, right, to make me do what I'm doing. And so I'm going back to that. And that has helped me to really figure out, like, why do you deal with conflict like this? Why do you shut down when you are wrong? And why do you feel attacked when someone is giving you constructive criticism in the relationship? Why do you do that? Why do you clutch and not give the relationship space to really flourish? Why do you do, like, there's so many things that we've unpacked, and let me know if you guys want me to unpack that with you guys. I would love to. I love to share, because if it can help someone, let's go, let's learn together. And yeah, so those are the 5 things that I've learned over my year and a half being single. It's a conversation that I feel like needs another video. There's so many aspects to it. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this topic. I would love to do more videos like this, sit downs and talking to you guys about the lessons that I've learned, in hopes that we can also share in the comment section. So let us know, what have you learned in your journey? If you are single, how long have you been single? What have you learned? Do any of these points resonate with you? And yeah, share, guys, and let us know in the comment section. Okay, honey, this is the end of the video, okay? I thoroughly enjoyed making this. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching up till this far. And don't forget to click that subscribe button, honey, if you haven't already. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Mwah.